Welcome to another edition of the Bear Facts. I'm Kyle Lacey, and you see Jay Bear over there with his Arizona Rally cap, go Wildcats, and his Arizona Rally beard. What do you think about the game tonight? I think it's what, 10:17? Is that Eastern tonight?
Yeah, it's 10:17 Eastern. So once again, my son, who was born in Arizona, of course, is not allowed to watch the Wildcats play. It's way too late. I am social media marketing world in San Diego, so we'll be able to catch the game out there. I think the Cats have a good chance.
I think so too.
They've already beat San Diego State once this year, so if that tells you anything, at least they know that team. So we'll see. Can they take it all the way? I don't know. They've had a few games a little spotty lately. I did not pick Arizona to go all the way in my own bracket. I'll just say that.
Who did you pick?
I have Florida.
I have Florida as well, and I do have San Diego State in the Final Four. So.
Wow. I'll tell you what, if San Diego State makes the Final Four, you are going to gain some points on the field.
Yes,
that's for
I
sure.
know, and I need it. I got screwed last weekend. I had Creighton, and I had Wichita State, and I just lost it. And Gonzaga, who all got killed.
I did not have Wichita State. In fact, I had Kentucky over them, so I got that right. But I was surprised that Creighton got smoked, and they got smoked. And I was really surprised.
Absolutely. Well, okay, so enough of that. We are now going to talk about an announcement that came out, I think this morning from LinkedIn on a new way that they are measuring content through their platform. So, Jay, I'm going to let you take it away because you are the man that knows.
So LinkedIn has announced the release of what they are calling the Content Marketing Score, CMS for short, which gives you a 1 to 1,000 point score of how your content is working across the entirety of the LinkedIn platform. So this is at the corporate level, not the individual level. So the things that are included in the content marketing score are things like participation in LinkedIn groups and sponsored posts and influencer posts and posts from employees and your LinkedIn company page. And they take all of those together and they do some algorithmic mumbo jumbo and they come up with a single number that gives you a sense for how well you are reaching and engaging LinkedIn's audience. Now, what's interesting about that, Kyle, is that they also allow you to figure out your score amongst what you believe to be your target audience on LinkedIn. So if you're trying to reach CMOs to talk about Marketing Cloud, they will say, well, here's how effective you are at reaching CMOs talking about Marketing Cloud. The other thing that's interesting about this announcement, they sort of have a companion announcement. Let me make sure I get the name of this right. And what they're going to tell you is recommending sort of topics to you, trending content, they call it. And the trending content will sort of give you ideas on, hey, if you're trying to reach CMOs about Marketing Cloud, here are the topics that those particular CMOs are actually discussing and interested in or sharing. So maybe you should write more blog posts about human resources or about how to hire effective content marketers, things like that. So it's almost a combination of what you see from sort of startup companies like Sway and Bottlenose and some of those other ones that sort of recommend content topics to you. It's pretty interesting. I really like this approach from LinkedIn. I think it's really smart. I think if Facebook would have done a similar thing and said, here's your Facebook score, brands would be a lot less up in arms about their diminished Facebook engagement because they could have said, well, here's the score, and then here's what to do about that score. So this is pretty fascinating. I think it's kind of, on one part, it's sort of clout for LinkedIn, and on the other part, it's here's topics that you should be creating content about, sort of like what Sway does, kind of merged together. And I think what the impact of this will be is that big companies will start to spend a lot more advertising dollars on LinkedIn. And I should mention that this is only available, at least for now, if you have a LinkedIn sales rep. So if you are actually doing some fairly significant advertising on their platform, whether or not they roll this out to all people publicly, I don't know yet.
Well, ultimately, as a content marketer that does spend money, monthly, I think that it's nice for us to be able to say, this is what we need to do in order to reach the right people on LinkedIn, because I don't think we've been given that yet, right? And it makes us smarter. It makes us spend money, in a wiser way. So I'm really looking forward to actually implementing it and using it.
Well, and I think it's smart because it sort of forces you to think of LinkedIn as a cohesive platform, which I personally really haven't in the past. There's all these sort of things that you can do, right? You got LinkedIn groups,
Right.
and you got LinkedIn sponsored
Right.
posts, and then you've got the LinkedIn influencers program, then you have business pages, and then you have individual posts from employees. You've got all these sort of things that you can do on LinkedIn, and this is sort of tying it together as one kind of LinkedIn initiative, which I think is really, really smart and long overdue.
Absolutely. It's another edition of Bear Facts. Jay, enjoy the boat ride tonight.
Boat ride, social media marketing world. I'm on a boat watching the Wildcats.
All right. We'll see you later.